I was forgetting something. Pardon me. Pardon me, pardon me. Welcome to Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, welcome to Tuesday. We're playing day trading. Trade locker. We're playing the stocks. Trying to figure out how to get things done. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, today's gonna be a little. Today was a little weird. Today is a little weird. So we got point control down here, and that's what this giant pink box is. We also have point control up here. That's what this big white line is. Market just opened. We got two general high volume nodes. You have one here, and they coincide with each of the points of control. We're looking at price having just opened, rejecting this range up here. Only reason I have not entered yet is because I don't think it's a part of our strategy at the moment. We had a price level rejection on this node right here. Price has not ventured away from our point control until just now. I didn't want to enter a trade on this candle specifically. I wanted to wait until after we saw a move down and a pullback to really enter. I took the liberty of reading a little bit. Found a bunch of posts on Reddit. Found a bunch of posts across a lot of different forums saying pretty much the same thing when it comes to experienced day traders going at it like this. Patience is very rewarding, and 9 times out of 10, some of the time you'll see a chart that's just practically screaming at you to enter before it's too late. I'm looking at this though, going, I don't know if I should enter. Very rapid price changes in the middle of market open. We have crazy high amounts of volume influencing the market. What I want to do is I want to see if news has got anything to do with it. It does. PMI news is literally coming out right now. Gray forecast good for currency, and gray forecast good for currency. We have 51 is the previous, 51.7 is the previous. This was greater than forecast. It's expected to go lower. 52 is meant to go higher. I'm going to go ahead and guess based on this right here. It's going much lower. I want to wait. Those candles look mighty pretty, mighty tempting, but I know better. News influenced candles will 9 times out of 10 end badly trying to trade off of them. So, wait for the reaction from news. Wait for the retrace. $9.45 is when these are supposed to come out. 9.45 is right there. Look at that. Technically, that candle has yet to even form. We could see it completely slingshot back up into that range or cross it almost completely. I'm inclined to wait and see. Because right now we're in a low volume node. Prices essentially rejected 2 levels twice now. We have this right here, completely rejected. We have this right here, completely rejected. This entire range, it just wants to sit in. News is going to have an impact in some way, shape, or form. Either we'll see it continue higher or we'll see it continue lower. If it continues high, I'm entirely expecting for it to hit this. And if it rejects this after news has already had its fill, we'll see it continue lower, and we can enter off of this into a short, put our stops up here. In the event it does not hit this and instead continues, we'll see it close below this candle here, and that'll be our cue to go ahead and enter in on a short, but it's not going to be a big one. High amount of liquidity down low, low volume node down low, break of structure there. Move away from high volume node. Potentially could just continue lower. I want to like take this and I want to do, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do this right here. Because news has yet to come out. I want to see it. Why is it cut off? That was greater than forecast, which is good for currency. That was lesser than forecast, which is not good for currency. So mixed up news, very indecisive as a result. Huge amount of liquidity down low that price could get to. We have the venture away from range. I think we are going to see it rise back into the range. I want to see it reject it. I want to wait. I want to wait badly. All right, there's the pullback I've been waiting on. Now the question is it going to reverse? We need to see it reverse to continue in that direction. That looks like a fair value gap. It might continue higher. Are we in a low volume node right now? Yeah, we are. It's already come up and touched that and almost rejected it completely though. That tells me it'll continue lower. The fact that we're in a low volume node. We got 3 minutes for that to close. The likelihood of it closing in the down direction is slim. Go and enter on a short. That's right. The next available way down here. Good gravy. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I am pretty sure, pretty sure it is not going that low. We swept out all the lows from over here a second ago, giving it momentum to go high. It retesting this makes sense for it to continue low, but the potential for it not to continue that low because of this is there. Did I jump the gun? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wanna do this. That hardly gives me room to breathe, and that's on purpose. Because that was a mistake on my part. So why did I enter this trade? This trade was entered because we were in a low volume node and we wanted to trade the pullback. The pullback up into the point of control's range. It's inside the point of control's range now, and it was rejecting the point of control 2 seconds ago. 2 seconds ago. It hasn't even closed yet. It is now 5 seconds away from closing, and it looks like we're about to completely cross over the point of control. There we go, crossing over. Kinda knew it, kinda, sorta knew it, kinda did. It sucks to look at. It really, really does. Because the idea was to pull back. trade, right? When it hits point of control, enter in, wait for the close, put the stops above previous highs, and watch it drop from there. Pull, take profit off it as we go. Thing is, Monday, yesterday, was it yesterday? Over the weekend, we had a huge, massive, major, big candle move up, way up. The likelihood of it continuing higher from that point makes sense. The point of controls from before said candle are very low, and in consolidation. Strong points of control, strong points of high volume nodes as well. Thing is, if price were drawn to it, we'd have seen it not do the same thing, but trickle down, right? But inherently, the S&P is a upward moving chart. So seeing it, I'm thinking that it would continue that much lower in response to a candle that went that high. Very slim. Very, very slim. The pullback method works. To enter the trade in the direction opposite of point of control, that part makes sense. That part works some of the time when you're executing it correctly. But in instances where you've already swept the lows after a giant move, massive fair value gap, massive gap in volume and liquidity, you know what, I'm going to do this because I want to give it its best shot, its best chance. I don't think we're going to win this trade. Fairly confident we're not. I would have been stopped out right there had I not changed that. I think we're still going to get stopped out regardless, though. But, yep, there we go. Stop out. Kind of called it. Kind of did. That was terrible. Good grief. But yeah, the idea was to trade off the pullback. So it was supposed to come back up into, which it did. It's supposed to hit the take profit, or pardon me, brain's still waking up. Point of control here was supposed to get hit, closed underneath, and then for it to continue down. That would have been a valid trade. It didn't. Instead, what it did was it continued up, pushed past these highs, stopped us out. This was the likelihood that I was afraid of. This makes more sense than it continuing down because we swept from this low all these other lows, including this one right here. And that gave it momentum to continue higher. Skip over this point of control into this low volume node and then potentially hit up this point of control up here. What I should have been waiting on, what I should have seen, what I should have thought of. And I did think of it. You saw me zoom out. You saw me trace this down to where it was supposed to touch this and then continue higher. It did continue down. But the thing was, it clipped through. So it wasn't entirely going to just continue higher. Instead, what it was going to do was, when it continued low, this would have been a perfect entry point right here. So enter, watch it go high, and then when it decided to come lower again, instead of it retesting and going higher, it didn't. It crashed through. It kept crashing through. And because of it keeping on crashing through, what happened was, instead of a retest and a move back in the direction we wanted it to go in, it completely swept all the liquidity out from under this, in line with this candle here, this giant, massive green candle, right? As a result of this moving down and back up through this, we can pretty much see that, yeah, price is 100% just going to continue higher from this. 100%. Why am I not going to enter again on this? Because from this mistake onward, the likelihood of it continuing higher is there, but it's not enough. Right now, it's not enough to say that it's just going to continue up and up and up and up and up and up and up. It's in a low volume node. It's going to move quick, and we're already beyond the point of entry. I knew the likelihood of it continuing higher was there as soon as I entered. As soon as I remembered that candle was there, that's what happened. So yeah, we failed today's trade, but it was with valid recollection. I guess that's the word I'd use for it. My mistake. My mistake was thinking that price would go my way on entry based on what was right in front of me and not what had happened in the past. The logic of the strategy made sense when I entered it. It looks like it's inverted. Huh. Interesting. I'm learning a lot. I'm not going to take another trade today. If you're interested in checking out my other stuff, links are found down below. That sucked. I was entirely anticipating us winning today. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, leave a follow. Consider commenting what your favorite or your least favorite parts of the video were. Mine was knowing that as soon as I entered, I had made a grave mistake. But I now know not to make it next time. My analyzation will be a little bit better. I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Peace.